Welcome to another episode of the Untold Stories. Remember, if you are listening to the right stories, then you are listening to the Untold Stories. Today, in this episode, we are going to talk about something that defines the altitude of our life. Yes, you guessed it right. We are going to talk about attitude. It is our natural destiny to grow, to succeed, to prosper, and to find happiness while we are alive. In a nation where opportunity abounds, it is within the reach of any human to find within his own life a personal realization of the very best of all that exists, including personal wealth. Contrary to the teaching of some religions, wealth is not evil, poverty is evil. For poverty represses individual or group of individuals who elected not to use their individual talents. They choose rather to allow those who have discovered and used their talents to take care of them. Imagine Abraham Lincoln giving up because he was embarrassed as a soldier or failed as a businessman. Imagine John F. Kennedy deciding not to go to the moon to make America first, both in his own eyes as well as in the eyes of the rest of the world. Imagine Mahatma Gandhi continuing to be Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi and deciding not to come back to India and fight for the freedom struggle. Imagine Mother Teresa continuing to be Mary Teresa, deciding not to be a social reformer and continuing to be the school teacher. Imagine Gautam Buddha continuing to be the prince of his kingdom and never go in the search of enlightenment, forsaking his kingdom. Imagine Swami Vivekananda continuing to be Narendra and never realizing that awakening call in his life. And imagine a world without the contribution of these and other great men who overcame adversity with talent, desire, and total determination to leave behind a world slightly better than they found it. And just in case I am not able to convey my point, and if I have failed to make my point, let it be known here and now that God or whatever power is behind our existence did not intend for us to fail or wallow in poverty, self-pity or mediocrity in any form. Such is not the grand design for man. He is blessed with all those raw materials necessary for progress, such as imagination, ideas, inspiration, and undeveloped intellectual capacity, and that capacity is totally without limitation. The only limitation placed on our abilities is our inability to easily recognize our unlimited nature. It takes effort to become aware of our staggering and limitless abilities. It takes effort to become enthusiastic over a cause or an occupation. It takes effort to continue when our results as well as friends tell us to give up trying. It takes effort to feel right about everything that happens, the joy as well as the sorrows of life. And it also takes effort to learn to love ourselves above all others, especially when we are so consciously aware of our failures, doubts, and tragedies. It does not, however, take effort to fail. It requires little else than a slowly deteriorating attitude about our present, our future, and about ourselves. It is ironic that one of the few things in this life over which we have total control is our own attitude, and yet most of us live our entire life behaving as though we had no control whatsoever. By our attitude, we decide to read or not to read. By our attitude, we decide to try or to give up. By our attitude, we blame ourselves for our failure or we foolishly blame others. Our attitude determines whether we love or hate, tell the truth or lie, act or procrastinate, advance or recede, and by our own attitude, we and we alone actually decide whether to succeed or fail. How incredibly unique that a God who would create the complex and immense universe would create the human race and give to those humans the free choice that would permit them to select their own achievement or their own destruction. This strange but all-knowing God gave to us a delicately balanced sphere called Earth, and on it He placed the intelligent human who would either develop it or destroy it. How terribly fascinating that God would leave both projects, Earth as well as humans, unfinished. Across the rivers and streams, He built no bridges. He left the pictures unpainted, the songs unsung, the books unwritten, and space unexplored. For the accomplishment of those things, God created the unfinished human who within his heart and mind had the capacity to do all these things and more depending upon his own choice. Attitude determines the choice, and choice determines results. All that we are and all that we can become has indeed been left unto us. At this very moment in time, as you listen to this word, your attitude has determined what you are. Your enthusiasm, intensity, faith in yourself, patience within yourself and others, and childish excitement about your boundless future is a result of that single word, attitude. The work of God is finished, but the work of creating your better future has just begun. For as long as you continue to draw breath, you have the chance to finish that work, and in so doing, complete the work in and for the earth and for yourself that God has left undone. In the cycles and seasons of life, attitude is everything. Inspire before you expire. Remember, if you are listening to the right stories, then you are listening to the untold stories. And if this episode has matched your wavelength, then share it with people who need it. And just in case you have the time, then you must listen to my previous episode, I Am Crying Because I Let Him, where I talked about if our attitude, results, or happiness is to ever improve, we must exercise the painful discipline required for weeding out the garden of our life. That's all from this episode. Remember, friends, you too have untold stories to tell which can make a difference in someone's life, because certain untold stories are born out of certain lives and certain lives are born out of certain untold stories.